So you want to create really effective thumbnails for your YouTube channel, but you don't have the hours that the gurus say it takes to create them. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you my exact method that I use to create really effective thumbnails in less than 5 minutes. And I'm also going to show you a big creator who uses this method to create their own thumbnails so that you can see it working in practice. So what we're going to do in this tutorial is actually create the thumbnail for this video. And I'm going to give you a couple of different options that you may want to use. So now I'm going to show you a big creator who has over 200,000 subscribers on their channel who uses this exact same strategy to create thumbnails for their channel, and that is Jade Beeson. I really love Jade. If we head on over to her account and we look at her videos, we look at her thumbnails, we can see the same images of her, same shirt, or perhaps she's changed the shirt, but she has the same hairstyle, same headscarf. And in some of these, we can see the exact same image used for different videos. We've got a bunch there where she's got her hair up exactly the same way. Some of them, the shirt changes from beige to white. Sometimes the headscarf changes, but it looks very much like those have been taken on the exact same day. And as we scroll down, we have a series where she has her hair down. Again, a lot of these repeated, same shirt, some of them different outfit, same background. She either uses the background in the image blurred and she has that kind of white blurring around her, or she uses a plain sort of coloured background, and she sometimes uses an icon or two. If she's creating a video that's about Instagram or YouTube, she'll use an icon to depict that, and then not too many words, again bold words. A lot of the time the words are on the left hand side of the screen or they're over the top, and she usually leaves that right hand corner empty, and you can see why there. You can see that there's a timestamp for us that will tell us how long the video is as a viewer. So if it's working for someone like Jade, then it can totally work for you. Now, first up, what I do, basically every roughly 4 months, I take a set of stock footage, stock images for my thumbnails. And I'm going to show you how I do that. So you can use your phone, you can use a camera if you have it, but you set it up in an area where you have a background which is fairly simple but does have something in it. So don't use a plain background unless you're going to use the thumbnails that have like a coloured design in the background. You don't want your own background in it at all, in which case feel free to use a plain background, but I have something in my background. So typically I stand in front of my kitchen island because I like the lights that are above it. So you might want to have some kind of soft lighting in the background. You don't need to. You can move like a lamp into position. So that background for me is pretty plain, pretty simple, and I position myself standing in front of my kids' toy kitchen so that my body hides that, so that it looks kind of clear, uncluttered in the background. The rest is chaos because I have kids, but it looks good for the thumbnail. So I put my phone or my camera into video mode, okay? You can use the timer in order to take pictures of yourself, but I find it so much easier to take video. So I set it up to take video, and then I just move myself into various different positions, and I hold those positions for a little period of time. I do different kind of smiles, like open mouth smiles, closed mouth smiles, the teeth and the no teeth, change my hair, change where I have my arm, is it on this side, is it on this side? And then I do like a few shocked expressions, a few like surprised expressions, and maybe hold my hands out, maybe hold my phone. Think of the things that I might want for my thumbnails in the next kind of few months. So I do that, then I take that video that I've made and I basically just take screenshots on my phone. So pause the video, take a screenshot, pause again, take a screenshot until I have loads of different options. I also change my outfit 2 or 3 times so that I'm not just in like a plain black dress, but I generally do have like a plain outfit, plain block colours, and then I'll use something with a bit more of a pattern or design for when I decide I want that in my thumbnails. So there we have it. We now have our stock images, and then you can use those for the next however many months that you want to. So now that you have your stock images, we're going to go into Canva to create our thumbnails. Now you can use the free version, I have the pro version. I'm going to show you using both. So once you open up Canva, you want to click on the plus icon at the bottom, or if you don't see that, go into the left hand column and click on create a new design. And then you're going to click on YouTube thumbnail. If you haven't looked for that before, you won't see it as an option. Go into the search bar, search for YouTube thumbnail, click on that, and then it's going to bring you up a bunch of different templates that you can use. Now, what I am looking for this thumbnail is something that has clear, bold text. And generally speaking, you always want to use clear, bold text. Nothing too like swirly, nothing too flowy. Basically, something that's going to be easy for everyone to see if they're looking at the thumbnail on their phone device. And you want to use as few words as possible, 3 to 5, ideally no more than 5. And I try to keep mine to 3 words max as much as I possibly can, because that's going to be the easiest to read from a mobile device. So I have chosen this particular free template, and I'm basically going to get rid of everything except for the lettering. So just clicking on everything that I don't want and hitting that little delete icon, including that background. So we've got a bunch of different fun stuff that you could use if you want to, but I'm going to use my thumbnail as like the whole of my background. So then clicking on the background, I go to replace, I go to camera, and I have saved my stock footage into a template, into a folder called thumbnails. And then I'm going to go on, I'm going to choose my favorite one for this particular thumbnail. Okay, so now we have that, I'm going to flip that image. So coming down to the bottom toolbar, scrolling along, you'll see flip, and I'm going to flip that horizontally. Now, why am I going to do that? I want my text on the left-hand side, and that's because when somebody is looking for a video, they're going to see, YouTube's going to give them some information on the bottom right-hand side of the screen, like how long is the video, etc. And I don't want my text to be hidden by that information, so I ideally want to keep my text to the left-hand side or to the top, but nothing on that kind of right bottom hand side. So I flip my image over. Now I'm just going to move my image, just resize my image slightly there to make it fit. And I want to keep the lights in that are in the thumbnail because I like that. Now I'm getting the exact same image again. So exact same image, flipping that image, cropping the image to make it easier to move. And I'm going to remove the background of that image. So if you're using the free version, what you want to do is you want to go into, take your image that you want to use, go into a website called backgroundremover.com. You want to upload your image, remove the background, save that to your device again, and then you're going to use that image with the background already removed. You're going to import that image. Now, if you have the pro version, you're going to take your image, go into effects, BG remover, so that's background remover, click on that, and that will automatically remove the background for you. Now, I use that a lot. I use that effect a lot, which is why I pay for the pro version of Canva, because I find it super helpful. But you don't have to, you can totally do it for free. Since I originally recorded this video, Canva have been running some upgrades, and I've upgraded my account, and if you are using the upgraded account, then you will find that the background remover is in a different place. So in the upgraded version of Canva, when you click on your image, it will bring up a toolbar at the bottom, and you want to click on Magic Studio, okay? So clicking on Magic Studio, and you'll see that brings you up the background remover. It's no longer in effects, it's now in Magic Studio. So once you have done that, you've removed the background, you're going to click on that other effects button, and then you are going to click on shadows, and that is what's going to add that glow, that outline around you, which you see on so many thumbnails. So once you've clicked on glow, basically double click on that, click on it again, it will give you a bunch of other options. Now I always go for intensity of 100%, and then you want to change the color. So here it's automatically go to black shadow, and then you want to swipe up to the white. You can, if you've got like a lighter colour background, you might want to use a colour here, but I generally stick to white. So I'm going to resize my image a little bit, and then I'm just going to play around with the blur amount and the sizing, because as I move the blur amount, as I move the sizing, it's going to actually like change the size of the whole image. So I'm going to be playing around, really moving the size of the image, moving around to see what sizing of the blur works best until I am happy with the amount of glow around myself. And then it basically, you can't tell that that's two images, one image overlaid on another, because it's exactly over the top. Now I'm going to change the wording here. So I'm going for easy, effective thumbnails, and you may need to change the size of your font or change the positioning of your font, and you can do so. And then once you are happy with that, you click the little icon and the top bar to upload the image to your phone or whatever device you're creating this on. But now I'm going to show you a different style of thumbnail that you can create in less than 5 minutes. So I've done a little bit of research here, which you'll see. I've gone into thumbnail tutorials and had a look at the first couple, and I really like, there's a couple of them here where somebody's holding up a mobile device as part of the thumbnail, and I create all of my thumbnails using a phone. This tutorial will show you how to create easy thumbnails in less than 5 minutes using your phone. So I really like that that image portrays that. And I know that I already have some stock footage of me holding a mobile phone. So I'm going to try and create the same sort of thumbnail now. Going back into Canva, back into YouTube thumbnails, picking up those templates here. I'm looking for one that has a dark-ish coloured background. Maybe a purpley colour, maybe a reddy colour, maybe an orangey colour, something along those tones, because I really liked that in the one that we just saw. And I'm going to choose one here that's a pro version, but if you are happy to scroll and look, you can totally find one with the right colourings that is free, or you could use one that is free and change the background colour. So I'm clicking on a pro version here for the sake of this tutorial. And then what I'm going to do, once I have that, is I'm going to remove the things that I don't want. I'm going to remove the image of the person, and I'm going to import my own image. But what I don't need to do here is overlay two images, because I'm going to use that red background. So I'm going to change the text here so that it reads 5 minutes, and I'm going to put this at the top this time. So now I'm going to upload the image that I want to use of myself. I've got one here, I've got several different ones of me holding a phone in different positions, and I'll pick the one that I think fits best. And then again, I'm going to click on it and I'm going to remove the background. Then I'm going to click again on effects, the other effects button. I'm going to click on shadows, and then I'm going to add in my shadow here. So again, I want white shadow. Now here for this particular image, I've got basically that bit of my elbow is like cut off. So I need to make sure that I'm like hiding that on the side of the screen. So I'm going to play around here, moving the image around and then resizing it so it takes up as much of the screen as possible. And then I'm going to be adding that glow, a little bit of white glow, changing the amount of blur, changing the amount of size. And then remember, put the intensity to 100, change the color to white. And to do so, when you're in blur, when you're in that area, shadows, blur, double click on that blur button, and that will give you those other options will come up. So in this particular image, I'm holding up my phone and I'm actually showing a thumbnail. So I was using this for a different kind of design, but it's not very clear. That image on my phone is not very clear. So what I'm going to do is I am going to put the image, the thumbnail that we created first, I'm going to put that onto my phone screen. So I go into camera, I pick on that particular image, and then I resize it, and then you've got a little icon at the bottom left hand corner, which if you drag, you can move your pictures around. So you can tilt things, you can tilt text, you can tilt pictures. So I'm going to play around again with resizing that image and tilting it until I get it just right so that it's sitting over my actual mobile phone and it looks like the thumbnail that I have created on the phone. And now you know how to create really effective thumbnails in less than 5 minutes. You're going to want to make sure that you have a really professional banner for your YouTube channel. Head over to my video here to find out how to create one for yourself. I'll see you over there. Bye.